Howdy, partner. Howdy, partner. It's been a while. What seems like a while. Did I take some time off? Did you get some much needed rest? Or do you still need to rest? Well, howdy. This is going to be a collective reading for all signs. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Now, I'd like to state from the get-go that I've been working on some stuff. I've been setting up PayPal and I've got a new PayPal going. So if you'd like to donate, check the description box. I'm working towards a GoPro. If you'd like to help donate so that we can purchase a GoPro and then I can do some cool funky videos all the time while I'm out in the streets. And while I'm working out, I can give you little updates and also for my own safety and protection. I think it's recommended that I wear a GoPro just to hold myself and others accountable. Okay? Well, it's about time that we start the reading. And I came into this reading saying, did you get some rest? So I'm feeling like you're at a point where you might be more rejuvenated. We just got past that new moon. The moon's in Aries, or we're just leaving that. So you might feel a little feisty, you might feel a little fiery. But I'm feeling like things are gonna move forward at a rapid pace. Things are accelerating. And there might be a little bit of drama with that Aries moon, a little bit of bicker, a little bit of arguments. Shots fired, some would say, oh, shots fired, shots fired. But we're here. We're ready to do a reading for you. We're going to pull out the Rider-Waite Tarot. This is a collective reading. I'll let you know I'm a Libra, so I resonate quite along with Libras. But you are much more than just your sign, your sun sign. So let's see what we can get out on this table here. And we're also going to pull a rune. I think I'll start with the rune. That's what I think I'm going to do. So let's start with a rune. Okay, the date is January 27th. Local time is 2153 minutes. It is 9:53 p.m. local time. And I'm just mixing up these runes so that I'm not doing a disservice here. And the first rune I get is a non-reversible rune. Look at that. That's the rune that we got. So that's for this reading. And for the collective, this is a timeless read. I mean, I gave you a time when I entered, but once you jump into this, this is when it's for you. And this rune is of defense. This is a defense rune, okay? So we're going to read from the passage here, page 109. I'm learning these as you are learning these. 109. Ehwaz. E-I-H-W-A-Z. Ehwaz. This is also not only a defense rune, but it says avertive powers and the yew tree. The yew as in Y-E-W. The yew tree. As we are tested, we fund the power to avert blockage and defeat. At the same time, we develop in ourselves an aversion to the conduct that creates stress in our lives. If there appears to be an obstacle in your path, consider that even a delay may prove beneficial. Do not be overly eager to press forward, for this is not a time or situation in which you can make your influence felt. Patience is the counsel Ehwaz offers. Nothing hectic, no acting needy, or lusting after a desired outcome. This rune speaks to the difficulties that can arise at the beginning of a new life. Often it announces a time of waiting for a spring to fill up with water, for fruit to ripen on the bough. Perseverance and foresight are called for here. The ability to foresee consequences before you act is a mark of the profound person. Avert anticipated difficulties through right action, taking the right actions. This rune is saying, that's what it's saying, take the right actions. And yet, even more than we are doers, we are deciders. I gotta change page. Once decision is clear, the doing becomes effortless, for then the universe supports and empowers our action. So make a clear decision. Receiving this rune, Ehwaz, E-I-H-W-A-Z, you are put on notice that through inconveniences and discomfort, growth is promoted. Just like going to the gym. This may well be a trying time. Certainly, it is a meaningful one. So set your house in order, tend to business, be clear, and wait on the will of heaven. Let go and let God, in other words. Let go and let God. It's also, when you pull this, it means that you may have some sort of protection around you, or defense. You may be called to defend yourself. You may have your defenses up. And the yew tree, there's something about the yew tree. It didn't actually speak about the yew tree, but it's important to this. So that was from the Book of Runes. I'll give a shout out. The Book of Runes by Ralph H. Blum. The book, oh, very shiny. The Book of Runes by Ralph H. Blum. Now, if you'd like to find that, I'm sure you can find that on the internet somewhere. Probably Amazon. I think it's a little bit pricey to have the book ordered to you because you have to pay for shipping. So if you have a bookstore nearby, that's probably recommended. And today, what I'm drinking is a nice cup of Tim Hortons hot chocolate powder mix. Wonderful. I didn't put enough mix in because I wanted to save enough for one more cup, which I may have just before bed. That I'm going to drink during the reading. Okay. So, now, that rune was defense. Should I pull it back out? Because I put it away very quick, and I pulled it out without even looking. Defense. I pulled it out rather quick, though, and I don't see a place where I can hold it up yet for you guys. Let's see. Oh. Let's see how long this stands. I'm still working on, if you want to donate and help me get a better setup so that I can like properly record, I want to get a GoPro and then I can record from my chest or different attachments and stuff. Right now I'm just using the webcam on a laptop. It works, it's great, but we can always do better, right? If you'd like to help me do better, feel free to donate. That's in the description box below or beside you. I think it's different when you're watching a live stream versus once the live is over and it's uploaded. But yeah, the information is in the description box. Okay, 2 cards. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups coming out. I didn't actually shuffle this deck. I'm going to put those back because I didn't actually do a shuffle. Oh. Let's see, the rune wants to fall down. We're just going to let it tumble. Let's put these cards back in. There's something to be said about those two feminine energies, fire and water. You might be wanting to get a balance between your feminine water and fire. Now, again, a reminder, this is a collective reading. This is not a personal reading. If it resonates, that's great. Take what resonates. But if you'd like a personal reading, something a little bit more tailored to you, you can email me and we can set you up for a Justice and High Priestess. We can set you up for a private reading, and that'll be much more clear. Okay. I'm going to shuffle one more time. And then we'll get you a reading here. Oh, you got to do the shuffle. You guys ever seen that dance move, the shuffle? That's an old one. That's a very old move. You kind of, it's like a corkscrew maneuver. I think. I wasn't born then. Do the shuffle. I remember hearing that in some of those old rock tunes. Okay, here we go. Now, what do we need to know? Collective reading. Let's say for the next 24 hours. Let's see what's coming up in that. Oh, we got two already. King of Cups and the Emperor. Is someone feeling you? Is someone wanting to be loyal to you? Is there a King of Cups Emperor energy coming into the mix here? Well, let me know. King of Cups and the Emperor. You might have two people that are wanting your attention, or this could be somebody that's upgrading from being a loyal. That's way too many. It's 4. Could be somebody upgrading from a loyal energy, somebody that's able to be emotionally stable and won't cheat on you, and they want to be your emperor. Let's get a couple more cards. We're going to go for 5. I'm going to try and get 5 cards. Thank you for those likes. Thank you for the shares and the subscribes to the channel. Everybody that's commenting, thank you very much. Okay, what else do we need to know? Well, we got 1 and then half a deck. Put those back. This third card, we got 4. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. What is this? What is this mess? Is somebody trying to... Oh, that flipped that way. Okay. And the 4 of Pentacles upright. Now, this King of Cups, I'm seeing just from the get-go here. And we have the rune defense here. This is kind of like a topic, a theme here. You might need to be on the defense for someone that's going to be presenting themselves as emotionally stable and loyal. Somebody could be trying to offer you their cup, but it's actually in reverse. Somebody that I'm seeing might not be doing well financially, or has been having some issues with their contracts or getting a business going, is not doing so well. But they see you holding onto your pentacles. I'm seeing this, the 4 pentacles at the end here upright. Now you could be working with maybe not everything that you want, but you're still holding tight and you're stable, you're grounded. You might not be in the Emperor or King position yet, but you still have a throne that you're sitting on. But in the past here, the past energy is a King of Cups. Somebody upgraded to an Emperor. Now this could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and that King of Cups could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Somebody of those signs, it may be present in their chart, or this could be present with you. Somebody in the past has been seeking to elevate. They've been looking to grow, and they may have actually achieved that position. Now the Emperor is the 4 card, so I'm seeing a similarity with the 4 and the Emperor and the 4 of Pentacles. But something went wrong. Something went wrong in regards to... I'm just going to move that so that I have room for the next clarifying cards. Something went wrong in regards to a contract or a third-party dealing. Something around Pentacles. Now, this 3 of Pentacles is in reverse. That's not a good sign for contracts or business or dealings of any sort. And then the Page of Cups in reverse. This could be somebody that is an immature energy, and they are just wanting to, like, maybe they want to flirt. Maybe they want to partake in multiple people's cups, or that this could have been an offer of love that just kind of went south. Maybe it soured. Now with the 4 of Pentacles, I'm seeing that somebody here, this could be you or this could be their energy, is now sitting by themselves, just focusing on their craft, their money, just trying to stay stable. But we're going to pull a couple clarifier cards. That's going to help me get a better understanding of what actually is going on. Because it looked pretty good at the beginning there, but then we had that 3 of Pentacles. I'm like, what the heck? This is for the next 24 hours. Okay. But as soon as you see this video, time is fluid. What is going on with these cards? There's a lot that's going to be coming towards you. I'm seeing as I'm dropping all these cards. Oh, what is that? The Fool in reverse. Just wanted to fall out. There's something here. There may have been a foolish decision. And this could be in regards to a contract, business deal, third party. Maybe people were coming together, but it was actually not in the favor of the person that was presenting their ideas. But what is this King of Cups? Let's get a card for this King of Cups. We've got a King of Cups here. I'm just going to drop the camera just so you can see what was going on the table here. Still see my face a little bit. I'm not trying to hide. King of Cups. What is this King of Cups energy? And just remember, as you are watching, you're on the other side of the table. So your perspective is the complete opposite of what I'm seeing. So when I see this King of Cups in the upright, you see it in the reverse. When I see this Emperor in the upright, you see it in the reverse, okay? Now there's Three of Pentacles. That's upright to you. But to me, it's reverse. And I'm the reader at this point. I mean, if you want to do the reading, start doing the reading. Put it in the comments in the chats. Let me know what your interpretation is. You can also share how this might be resonating with you, but I haven't actually gotten a clear understanding of what's going on fully. This is for the King of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, the King of Cups was emotionally stable, but may have felt like it was lacking in their earthly, like they could have been lost at sea, lost in their emotions. They could have been feeling isolated, maybe alone. There could be, this King of Cups could be very good being alone. And they might be someone that just was needing that next pentacle, that one more pentacle. Maybe they're looking for a business deal or a contract. Maybe they're looking to offer their services. They just needed one more pentacle. I'm seeing that. Just one more. They might have had to travel for this or go to distant lands, and they could be offering this pentacle to an emperor, somebody that was in a boss CEO kind of position. A king. This could be a high authority. But somebody here, I'm seeing the King of Cups, was emotionally stable but not satisfied financially. So that meant that they had to make some changes. Something was going on there. What is this Emperor? Now, is this Emperor an upgraded version of the King of Cups, or is this Emperor someone that the King of Cups was making an offer to? Let's get a clarifier for that. Oh, Eight of Cups. Yeah. The Emperor may have been someone that was emotionally invested in stuff that wasn't giving him what he needed. Now, this King of Cups has all the cups. He has his own, he has others. He's able to help other people with their emotions. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But he needed the Pentacles. Now, the Emperor has everything. Why is this Emperor feeling the Eight of Cups? Peculiar. Okay. Maybe this Emperor had everything, and because he had everything, maybe he had everything for so long, he just wasn't satisfied with what he had, even though he had everything. Sometimes that happens, where people just kind of get used to, oh, here we go. Sometimes people just get used to having everything, and then they don't appreciate it as much. King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm seeing something starting to come clear. The picture's getting clearer. It's definitely about the financial department here. Hey, dream boldly in the comments. I see you, I feel you, and I read you. Loud and clear. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the chat. Just messaging everybody. Welcome to the chat. How's it going? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Glad to see you are returning. So, we're getting a clearer picture of what's going on. This is for the next 24 hours. This is for all signs. This is a collective reading. So this King of Cups, this could be you. This could be someone you're connected to. Take it how it resonates. But this King of Cups was not feeling financially where they wanted to be. And they felt like they needed to move. So they got on their horse. This could have taken them some time. Yeah, just smash that like button. I love it, Dream Boldly. Thank you. King of Cups took him some time to get off his chair put on his armor, take up whatever he had to offer or what he was looking for, and get on his horse and start moving. This King of Cups either wants to become an emperor or is moving towards the emperor. He's looking at the emperor, but he's kind of looking behind himself. He's facing the emperor, but he's not looking at him. So this King of Cups could be having issues with this emperor, because if you look at the King of Cups is facing a direction, but if you look at his eyes, he's actually looking the opposite direction he's facing. And then with the emperor is facing square. Look, like he's facing straight, but he's actually looking in the direction of the King of Cups. So I'm seeing these two might have had some conflict with each other. This could have been battles over a contract. I'm seeing that these two parties here, this is a water sign or someone that is stable emotionally, was having issues with this emperor. This is a king, so this is someone that has power, but he's at a lower ranking than the emperor. I'm seeing this King of Cups might not have been seeing eye to eye with this emperor and may have been disobeying. This could have been somebody working underneath the emperor. They could have been disobeying the emperor and taking their pentacle that they had and moving away because they were feeling emotionally unfulfilled. Now, this could be the emperor feeling emotionally unfulfilled because it is clarifying that card. But the progression is that somebody is moving forward with a pentacle because they didn't feel emotionally invested. And then the next card we got was the Three of Pentacles, but in reverse. So this is a contract, this is a business deal, this is someone trying to cooperate in maybe a group setting. But this was not working out at all. Everybody is on their head. Nobody is feeling grounded. No one is feeling heard. And the emperor could have been messing up. Maybe this emperor, the CEO, was holding everything back. Maybe this emperor and CEO could be in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, maybe. But this emperor was feeling emotionally unsatisfied. Really cool. I like your comments there, Dream Boldly. I read everything that you say. So I have a couple cards that fell down. One card fell down. It was the King of Wands. This is a falling out. The King of Wands left the party. This one that flipped but didn't fall out, Queen of Pentacles. There could have been multiple kings fighting over a woman at work. Is that what I'm seeing? Am I seeing multiple men arguing over who is in charge? Now the King of Pentacles is in reverse, and that's clarifying this Three of Pentacles. So somebody has lost their ability to be a financial provider. Very weird. Okay, so the King of Cups, and we got a Page of Cups in reverse. Did this King of Cups upgrade himself to an emperor, but then have some sort of issue in a contract that took away all their money, and now they're the Page of Cups in reverse and holding on to their pentacles? Let's get some more clarity. People got to be working together in this. This fell down, but we're going to read it out. Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Somebody feels left out in the cold and like they've lost the battle. Like they're losing territory and they're losing ground. Five of Pentacles. Somebody feels left out in the cold. Who feels left out in the cold? We're going to get even more clarifiers. I'm just going to clarify every card on the table first, and then I'm going to ask specific questions, and we'll get right into it. Oh, here we go. Page of Cups in reverse is clarified by the Ace of Swords in reverse. Somebody didn't get the memo. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody didn't get the memo. There could have been... Hey, Willie, how's it going? Yeah, so if you need help, Dream Boldly, and if you'd like a private reading and private answers, we can do that if you want to email me. But, yeah. If you want more specific answers, you can definitely book a reading with me if this resonates with you and you want more clarity and understanding. Oh, Six of Swords, but it was going to fall on the ground because I'm just kind of shuffling it over my lap here. Somebody wants to sail away. Somebody might be trying to take what they can and rescue what they're doing and just move away. And this might be truths, this could be emails and messages, but I'm seeing again that Page of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Swords in reverse. Somebody didn't get the memo. Somebody was being immature. Dream boldly. If you'd like to discuss that, just send me an email, okay? And right now, I do things by donation. There is a fee schedule that I've created, but generally, when I do Zoom meetings, they're limited to 40 minutes. So it's by, weirdly enough, 40 minutes. I mean, like $30 would be acceptable for 40 minutes of my time. If you'd like to email me, I'm taking payment by PayPal currently or e-transfer. Okay, thank you very much. You can also mail me a check if you want. Okay. PayPal, e-transfer, and I'm not afraid to give you my address. You can mail me. Just don't show up at my door and do some weird stuff, okay? If you want to mail me something cool, do that, great. But if you want to hang out, that might cost you even more, okay? Unless we become homies. Yeah, let's get back to it. Okay, King of Cups. Clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. This King of Cups was emotionally loyal. Somebody was loyal. Were they loyal to themselves, though, first and foremost? Because this King of Cups is unable to look at the Emperor, while the Emperor, who's holding the Grand Scepter and a golden apple, like he has everything. The Emperor is all of the kings. He's looking at this King of Cups and he's questioning him. So this person might be questioning their position and their authority and seeing that people are resigning. I'm seeing that other people are taking their offers elsewhere and in anticipation of resigning because they see this emperor losing the wealth that they... Namaste. Yeah, I'm reading your comments. I read every comment, everybody. Sometimes I do a little recap at the end of the videos as well. We're 27 minutes into the video. Local time is 10:18 p.m. and the date is January 27th. This is a collective reading for the next 24 hours. If you just jumped in, nice to see you. Now, this King of Cups, I'm seeing this King of Cups was working for this Emperor. Now, this could be you, this could be somebody you know, but it also could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They see Sun somewhere else. They've been betrayed, or they want to avoid a betrayal. So what they're doing is they're taking their pentacle, what they have generated, and it looks like they might be offering it to someone else. Now, in the past, they may have been working together with this Emperor, but there's emotions that aren't being satisfied. There's an Eight of Cups here. Somebody's leaving. Even the moon looks upset and sad about what's going on. Now, they've had to leave their cups. Perhaps this King of Cups offered the Emperor lots of emotions while working. Maybe they were like a hype man, you might say. And they were the one that was supplying the Emperor with most of the emotions so that he could stay in that position. But if this King of Cups decides to leave and take his money elsewhere, put your money where your mouth is, put your mouth where your money is, I'm seeing if this King of Cups goes somewhere else, this Emperor is going to lose their contract, or they might be in a crew. When you see three people working together, oftentimes that's like a crew. So somebody in the crew isn't feeling it anymore, and the leader of the crew is now emotionally having to walk away from what they invested in. This could be caught, and this could be the CEO of the company even, and they work with their employees. They're now having contract issues, failures in their contract. How do we get involved in this? How are we involved in this? What is going on here? This is a collective reading though, so this is just the energy that this card is saying that I'm seeing based on my interpretation. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't resonate, well, you might need to look for another reader. So this Three of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the King of Pentacles in reverse. Money is not right. Either somebody was stealing money, or doing fraudulent contracts, or maybe not even creating contracts and just paying people what they wanted to pay people. But somebody's getting in trouble. This might be just a spiritual trouble, this could be physical trouble, but somebody's going to have to pay up. Somebody's losing their money. Somebody's losing their contracts. Now, with the Page of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Ace of Swords in reverse, this is somebody didn't get the memo. Somebody, maybe an email was missed, maybe contracts were missed, the truth or clarity could have been unavailable. Maybe people were lying about how they felt while working, or maybe the emotions that they were putting into it were for nothing, and they felt like they were lied to. Now, I'm seeing whoever is leaving, maybe everybody that was involved, is now having to hold on to their pentacles and save, save, save. What is this Four of Pentacles? We're going to get deeper into this. We're going to ask a couple clarifiers for sure. I might use a different deck just to have every card available at our disposal. Oh. It fell out a distinct way but flipped, and I always flip it this way. That's how I do it, so that's how I'm doing it. Eight of Wands. So we got the Eight of Cups in the upright, but we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So 88 might be significant. We have one Knight, we have two Kings, and we have one Emperor. Now I'm seeing the crew again. I'm seeing the Emperor is the leader, while he has a King of Cups that seems to be either betraying him or moving on to a different employment. And then this King of Pentacles that he was working with, the Emperor could have been working with, maybe it was their accountant or someone dealing with the finances, someone that was looking over the books or looking at the contracts. Somebody stole money. Somebody stole opportunities from people, or they were not doing things in the upright. They were not making right actions. So this has led to either the King of Cups now, maybe this King of Cups was lying about how they felt to the Emperor, and then they had to leave suddenly, and now the Emperor's in the Four of Pentacles because the communication never came in. The Eight of Wands is in reverse. The swift, if this was in the upright, there would have been swift communication, there would have been some movement forward, but it's in the reverse. It's going backwards. Maybe this person now that's holding onto their money is just now getting the information. This could have taken them some time to get this information. Because Ace of Swords in reverse, if we want to read it backwards now, Ace of Swords in reverse, there wasn't communication, there wasn't clarity. This is maybe 8-month-old messages. These messages could have been 8 weeks or 8-month old, like text messages, emails, that weren't shown up. So the truth wasn't laid out there. Somebody was made to look like some sort of immature energy, when in reality, if they had gotten that information, they would have seen that the love that was being offered was true. Could be that. Now, if we keep going backwards, now because the truth wasn't made clearly, money isn't looking right. This King of Pentacles has lost his ability to stay on top of things and control the finances, which is affecting the business deals and the contracts that are made. And now this Emperor, who is side-eyeing his side man, his right-hand man. So this King of Cups is this Emperor's right-hand man. He was the one that was hyping him up. He was saying, yeah, everything's great in the business. Everything's fine. I think you're doing a great job, boss. But he was the hype man for this Emperor. He was the one that was actually keeping this guy in the emotional status of being an Emperor. But deep down inside, the Emperor was feeling like something's wrong. Like, I'm not like, he could feel the lies. The Emperor isn't stupid. He could feel the lies, but he didn't get the clarity that he needed to avert and defend himself with this defense rune. The Emperor was unable to get this truth and clarity about this King of Cups maybe being an immature person. This King of Cups could have been talking to other people that were working underneath him and lying and sabotaging and subterfuging things, while the King of Pentacles, somebody else, his left-hand man, was acting in reverse and maybe stealing money. Whoa. So this Emperor now, he felt Eight of Cups energy. Like, I need to walk away. I'm not emotionally satisfied. Something's going on. I need to move on from this situation. While this King of Cups here is like looking behind himself at either what he left or what he's going towards while pretending to be facing the situation and there for emotional support. But in reality, he's looking to move on and offer either his own services or he's been offered some sort of opportunity to generate wealth. Okay, that's reading it this way. That's reading it that way. Really cool. Okay, a couple ways you might interpret that. And then your situation is very unique to you. If you'd like a deeper understanding of what's going on in your life and your situation, you can always email me. And if you'd simply like to donate because you've enjoyed the reading and I've entertained you, you can always hit that like button and that donates some energy. And if you want to donate currency, you can always email me. I've just set up a charity, kind of a fundraiser thing, so that we can purchase as a collective a GoPro. Now this GoPro is going to be used for my own safety, to record my day-to-day interactions and the conversations I have with people. It's going to provide me with some strength. And the lovers, something's going on here though. There's other energy present. We're going to pull this out. If you'd like to donate for the GoPro, that is going to be beneficial to provide me with a sense of security and safety. It's going to hold me accountable and those that are interacting with me accountable as well, because I've been receiving death threats and harassment. I don't like to tell everybody everything that's going on, but just letting you know, I have disabilities. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and I have had several brain injuries where I had to relearn how to talk and how to walk properly. Now, this has left me with ongoing physical, mental disabilities. And I'm not trying to play a victim and be like, but when people are starting to make fun of my disabilities or others with disabilities, and then nobody's doing anything about it, now I feel the need to level up and hold these people accountable, including myself. I want to be of the utmost highest standard. So if you'd like to donate to help me purchase a GoPro so that I can record my day-to-day interactions while I'm out in the public spaces, that would be wonderful. And even in some private instances, I would like to wear a GoPro just to hold myself and others accountable so that we can all be the best versions of ourselves. Okay? So that's what I've been going through. Today, somebody called me a monkey retard. And I don't know why. I really don't know why they're calling me these things. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my laugh sounds like a monkey. Maybe it's because I'm an entertainer and a performer and I can play the role. I can make the sounds. I don't know. But calling me a monkey retard and saying, who let that monkey retard out of the zoo? It's inappropriate behavior. And I'd like to hold these people accountable. I tried to report the incident, but because the gentleman denied the allegations, nothing can be done, and there's no criminal harassment. So, but the Wheel of Fortune and the stars here, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm healing. I'm in a new cycle. I don't care. This is probably who's messing with you, or what happened to the people around you that were trying to impact your business. Okay, so let's kibosh this. Let's start another little. That's something. That's something to be said. I don't feel this to be my energy at this point. And that's good. I'm reading for the collective, so it doesn't have to be my energy, but usually I can get a little bit of an understanding about my situation. Maybe the people that are around me are starting to see the immaturity in the actions of those that were holding themselves in positions above me. Oh, is this a yes? Page of Swords, Judgment. There's going to be some sort of communication coming into you in regards to a decision that's going in your favor. Okay? This is for the collective. So this Page of Swords, this could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This could be someone of the ages 20 to 30, maybe even younger. This is someone that is, it's a page is an immature energy. Now this could be a notification, an email, or a message that is going to grow into something. Like this might just be like a, hey, I need to talk to you. And then what happens is as you're having this conversation with somebody, you get enlightened into what is actually like the trumpet gets blown. I'm seeing first aid. There might be some sort of medical attention that's either needed or coming towards you. And it's going to be sounded to the public. Now, at the judgment, there's multiple little people down there while an angel is blowing the horn. Now, either this is a decree being sent from up above, or this is some sort of angel to you. This could be a guardian. This could be somebody watching over you. This could be an ancestor or spirit that's been observing everything and they're calling judgment. But I see that red cross. And when I see red cross, I think ambulance, I think first aid, I think there's a lot that's associated with that red cross. But lately, it's in regards to like humanitarian and first aid endeavors. So there's a judgment being made and called. It's going to come in a little bit slow though, like, or not slow necessarily, but kind of immature. Somebody's been looking at Facebook. Somebody's been looking at comments people have been leaving on your posts. Maybe some immature groups. There could be collective groups on Facebook that may be working together and creating little comments and being little nasties. But that's in the past. It doesn't look like it's still happening as much as it used to. But that's the Facebook logo. If you really look at that F, that's the Facebook logo. And if we want to bring these tarot cards to the present day reality, that's what I'm seeing. So there's something about this page. Now the page is a sword, and swords are arms, right? Arms. It could be a weapon. This could be somebody that's able to carry a weapon. And this might not be a concealed carry. This might be something that's out in the open. So this looks like it could be potentially an official. This might be somebody that has a badge and a gun that is able to make this decision because they have been watching over you. And you might not know all of these people that are actually out there looking out for you because you're just doing your day to day, right? You're just a simple little human just wanting to get food and go to job and go get your stuff paid for and work, and you're a good hard worker. But there's some sort of communication coming towards you while somebody was looking at the past, and they could be looking over things that were happening in the past. This could be through social media, and a judgment is being made, and it's in your favor, it's upright. Now, you may have been harassed just like I have been. You may have been the better person. You may have had, this also could be PTSD. This could be a semblance of like you looking in the past and focusing on the things in the past and being guarded and holding up your sword if you are a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And you're holding up your sword to defend yourself. You could be defending yourself because you've called judgment or you're waiting for judgment. I'm trying to read the comments while doing this and it's somewhat distracting. I'm going to go through all the comments at the very end of the video. 100%. I do read them and sometimes they really help. That's okay. Somebody says, oops, I'm behind you in the video. That's okay. It's hilarious. Somebody's comment. Yeah. That's how the live works. We love it. We love it. Don't be sorry. You're good. Judgment's in your favor. That's what I'm seeing. So we're going to keep shuffling. We're going to get more on this. So yeah, like maybe people were making, and just to add on to that, Dream Boldly said in the comments, oops, I'm behind you, because I was reading a comment that they said and it started to distract me, and they said, oh, I'm behind you in the video, but everything, maybe somebody else was behind in the communications. Maybe they were late to read or understand what was going on, and that caused some sort of confusion or delay in delivery or miscommunication. Ace of Swords, like I said, miscommunication. There's a judgment being made about either lies in the past, somebody trying to throw your crown on the ground, somebody was trying to impale your crown chakra, somebody could have been attacking your crown. This could have been a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy take it as it resonates. But it looks like they stole, through lies and manipulation, somebody was trying to, like, bury you. Like, I'm seeing that sword could dig a hole, and they're, like, throwing that crown down in it. If you look at the sword, Ace of Swords, and this could have been lies. This could have been smoke and mirrors. I'm seeing that with the smoke around the hand. They could have been smoke and mirrors, illusion, creating some sort of idea about you through lies and manipulation. But what's being seen is as they go backwards into the records, this could be Facebook, Instagram, social media. Right now it's called the metaverse. They could be looking back at that, ready to deliver you your sword back and give you back your power that people were trying to steal from you through giving you a positive judgment, like hands reaching up. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is very balanced. It's 2 trinities, while an angel's above, so 7 total figures. 7's very good luck. And the card is 20, judgment. 2-0. That might mean something to you, but 20 is very high. 20 is 2 10s. What am I seeing from that? But yeah, Red Cross, I'm seeing humanitarian again. I'm seeing this could be somebody that is an angel to you, coming in to give you justice in regards to this manipulation, the lies, the illusions. Some would call it witchcraft. A forked tongue. The tongue is often considered to be a sword. The tongue can cut like the sword. Somebody may have been trying to remove either you might be somebody that has a position of authority. I don't know what you do specifically, but you might have been seen as someone in the past, and still are, but they tried to take it away from you. Someone that held a position of authority or crown or your sovereignty. Maybe somebody tried to take away your right to actually make decisions over your own life by slandering and lying on you. Okay, let's keep going. But obviously the judgment's in your favor. That's no problem. You were protected. You've been protected this whole time. You didn't even know it, but people were watching over you. Eyes in the sky. You got eyes in the sky. You may have been actually surveilled by... Oh, that's kind of a weird pull. I'm not going to pull it 100%, but you may have been surveilled by somebody. I'm seeing somebody in a position of authority with this King of Swords here that came out. This is kind of separate to the actual spread, but relevant to it. It's not part of the spread, but it's relevant to what we were talking about. So the King of Swords here came in the upright. This is somebody that could be seen as a judge, a lawyer, somebody that is good with their words, somebody that can cut through the BS, cut through the lies, and is not taking emotions for face value. Like you can't just cry to the King of Swords and get away with something. The King of Swords needs logic. King of Swords requires you to actually come clean, or else you're going to get cut. Same with the Queen of Swords, but the King of Swords is a little bit more intimidating, more masculine, right? Now, this King of Swords, it looks like this F is also trees. So the F is also trees blowing in the background. That's what I'm seeing. This King of Swords could have been in the trees. They could have been monitoring you from like a covered position. They could have been even in the bushes. Who knows? But this King of Swords seems to have been around nearby those woods where this page is looking back. Now, if this page is you and you're feeling defensive and trying to move forward away from those, the old, I want to say fuckery, part of my language, but because that's an F, you were trying to move forward, but you're still kind of like, if this is PTSD or some sort of even just stress, you were looking back while moving forward. You felt like you were taking steps forward, but you had to protect yourself and defend yourself. Now, judgment's obviously in your favor. Remember that. You're being watched. There's an angel that's seen everything. God knows. God knows what really happened. This was due to some sort of lies, manipulation. That's why you either felt like you had to defend yourself, because as you're moving forward, you were fighting for your right to hold the crown, fighting for your right to be who you are authentically. But this King of Swords was there. They were in the woods. They were in the back of the woods in the dark of the night, palest of the old moonlight, Everything just felt so incomplete. Dreaming of revelry. You may have been trying to use substances like alcohol, or maybe looking for like a party or something to try and feel better. This could have been involved at a party. People could have been slandering you. Maybe you got invited to a party and you didn't get to go, but then at the party they made fun of you. But something was, the moon is next. So the moon is mystery, illusion, da 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 da. Things over time you get more of an understanding, da 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 da. But the moon, I'm seeing with the moon, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this is a feminine energy in the reverse. This could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but I'm feeling Virgo. This could have been a nasty Virgo energy, or someone that was upset that they weren't financially stable while you were. They could have been doing stuff in the dark, in the moon. They could have been doing moon magic, manipulating the energies and the tides around you, working with, they could have been causing a real ruckus, a real uproar. I mean, even the animal kingdom was starting to feel disrupted by what was going on in the dark. And the moon here kind of looks upset. Now, if you look at that moon's face, it looks like they're upset. They don't look happy at what was happening. But this King of Swords saw everything. This King of Swords is there to provide a decision. And that King of Swords could be the person that's sending either an envoy, they could be sending someone to talk to you, to bring you in, to talk with you, or this is them through like a smaller energy. Maybe they'll come in softly and a little bit subtle as a page kind of energy, but they're actually the king that's providing you judgment in regards to this lies. We're going to put those back. We're going to shuffle. Let's keep going. I'm liking what we're hearing. There's victory though. Seven of Wands. You're going to be defending yourself. It's in regards to your craft. It could have been people lying about what you did for work, how you made your money, but you've been defending yourself, defending your honor, even trying to move justice in the upright. Six of Swords, trying to move forward. People may have affected, yeah, I was just going to say people may have affected your relationships, and we had the Three of Swords, but the King of Swords is still there watching this. The King of Swords has been present during these moments. And don't forget, we're going to pull some oracle cards. We're not going to stick in this negative, dumpy energy. And anyways, what's bad is good and what's good is bad. It's all part of the same. It's all lessons and it's all perspective. Okay? Don't let a tarot reading get you down. And if it is, take a break. Remember, don't frown. Be like a clown. If you want to be happy, smile. Don't let them get you down. Go out and hit the town. Do something nice for yourself. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you, Dream Boldly. Please remember to smash that like button. Hit that like. Oh, death. That's what I wanted to. But I wanted to be like that, upright. Somebody's putting a death to the situation. Somebody is saying, enough's enough. Somebody might actually be dying. Somebody could be asking for forgiveness. I'm seeing this may have been a religious figure or someone that's seen to be religious. Like he's looking up at death and being like, please, it's not my time. I swear it's not my time. While other people like this, there could be a famine coming to a town near you. There could be a famine coming to a town near you. Potentially, with the death card there. Now, death rules, right? Death has a role. Death definitely has a role. Death plays a role in people's lives all the time. Now, you might see a death to an old situation. You might see a death to a person that's been affecting you. But what I'm seeing is that anyone that's been trying to cause you death is now being visited by the death. Anyone that's been projecting negative energy towards you or me in the collective is now going to be paid by a visit by death himself. Because of the lies and the manipulation, the immature energy, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, people trying to troll you, people trying to like make fun of you or whatever they do, they're actually going to be very sickly. They're going to be very sick. They're going to see their family perish. Like even the children in their family aren't doing so well. They're looking up at death for like mercy. But death doesn't see a child, an adult differently. Death comes to everyone in their time when it's called for. Nobody can escape death because death has the most endurance of every night. This is a night. Doesn't get as much respect as all the other knights, but death is the one that you'll respect the most when he shows up. When he's not around, you mock death. But I'm seeing that even their creative works, the kings in the land, those in authority, they're going to be losing their position and their title. And you can see in the background here, that's a reflection of the moon card. You see those two towers and that shining light? What was done in the dark is being brought to light, and it's causing a death. It's causing a death to the situation. Now, there could be people calling for mass prayer. You might notice that in your area. If people are starting to ask for prayers, they may have been involved with what was going on to you. Even though they're a bishop, even though they're what is it called, a pastor, even though they're a religious figure, someone that you think that's supposed to be good. They go up there and they talk all that nice stuff to all the people and then they get donations. Well, that person just so happens to be praying to now death and not their God anymore. You see that? Oh my goodness. The woman, she's sitting there, she's fainted. People are going to faint. They're going to be shocked at what's happening, at their livelihoods being killed off, at their family perishing, maybe the lands that they once owned are being taken from them, because death only respects one place. That's the afterlife. Doesn't care about what you're doing in the world. He's got a job to do. I mean, like, you can pay the ferryman, but death is going to bring you there. That's what they say. So, death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-letter word. 5 is change. They can't run. They can't escape this. Death almost looks happy. If you really look at it, he kind of looks happy. He kind of looks happy to be there. He's like, yeah, I finally get to show up for the party. You know, everybody failed to send me my invites. I died waiting. This is the person that you're supposed to be nice to. And then throughout years and years and years, that's the person that receives the most hate or the most prejudice or the most slander. And then they turn into a knight of death. You might be a harbinger of death to these people, and that's not a bad thing. Death brings change. Every season, winter, there's death. Your birthday might be in the winter, and you could be the one that's bringing death to these people. Death to their ways. Because of what you didn't even do anything. You're just being you. Like, death didn't sign up for this. This is death. Death is death. Like, that's his job. That's what death does. Right? But these people that were being immature and lying on you and slandering on you with the Ace of Swords, that wasn't their job. They chose to do that, right? If they had just left your crown in the upright, if they just let you be and kept that truth going, they wouldn't be lying at the feet of your horse. You have the most endurance out of all of the people around you. And this is because they tried to kill you. They tried to kill you. They tried to leave you for dead. But you refuse to die. Death can't die. Death is death. You might be connected to like Santa Muerta. You might know how to do Santa Muerta. You might know death spells. You might know about different plants and medicines in your local area that are actually deadly. You might be trained. You might know martial arts. You might be a mixed martial artist. You could be someone that could send these people to the afterlife. And just seeing you is scaring the shit out of them. You know what happens when you die? You release your bowels. You're scaring the shit out of people. The fear that you bring just by staying alive is causing these people to die. They're dying of fear. Fear will steal from you. But you know, Death looks himself in the face all the time. That's all he can see when he looks in the mirror, right? That's all Death can see is himself. You see right into your soul and right into your eyes, and you don't fear yourself, do you, when you look in the mirror? No, you don't fear yourself. But these people that were lying and slandering, the people that keep making fake accounts and following you and harassing you and unbeknownst to them, giving you their energy, even though they're trying to slander you, they're killing themselves from the inside. They're rotting. Death, you can't rot. You don't have any flesh to rot. They've already tried to skin you alive. They've already left you naked in the streets. But now what? All these people with their fancy robes, all these people that they had working for them and slaving for them to help pay for their ways, the people that were pretending to be high and mighty, they're now begging you for forgiveness and mercy and handouts. But it looks like you're going to move forward right over these people. You might trample right over these people. And then boom, into the sun. Because that moon is no longer a moon behind those. I want to find that card. If I can find that moon card again, those are the two pillars from the moon card. But that's a sun. The sun shines brightly on you. The sun is in your favor, the Son of God. The Son, Yahushua. Christ, you're a Christed being. You have the Spirit of Christ. You have the Holy Trinity surrounding you and supporting you. Judgment has been called on both sides, on land, in water, from the highest mountains to the lowest seas. Judgment is in your favor. People can see that. Even though there's smoke and clouds trying to cover the sun shines brightly, and it speaks, and it vibrates, and it resonates, and it's trumpeting your judgment in your favor. Page of Swords. Now, wait for this communication. Don't even wait. Just keep doing you. That's all you gotta do. But there is communication coming in rather soon, because this is a 24-hour reading. Expect communication coming in. Now, this could start as like an email, a text message. This could be a little something, something. But what that is actually is that Knight of Swords that we pulled earlier, and the Moon card, and then the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody's been seeing a nasty, nasty, gross, someone that can't depend on themselves energy, that wanted to take from you and put you in their energy and try and steal your energy. But what they don't know is that you're happy because you were sad. They're sad because they can't get you sad. But you're happy because you were sad. You've already gone through the whole cycle. You called judgment on it. You're like, no, I'm moving forward. You called judgment. Yeah, I'm reading your comment, Dream Boldly. I'm allowing the troll to participate because it gives me their energy. I'm not hiding. I can show my face. But this person, this cowardly lion that has a big roar and wants to deter people and has a name that shall not be uttered. It's like Voldemort. You're giving them power by like, I can let them make all the fake accounts they want. What they're doing is a cyber crime. They're actually committing a paper trail, and they're going to be their own demise. I'm going to allow this person to keep making comments so that they can just show their IP address to the authorities. I won't have to do anything. They've been seen. FCC, you know it, Willie. There's anti-bullying laws, anti-harassment laws built into YouTube. This person's going to get flagged. I can report the person for sure. And maybe I'll do that right now. I'll say harassment or bullying. Choose one. This is harassing me. Report. I'm not going to hide them though, so they can continue. Report. All they're doing is giving you energy every time they try and hurt you and you stay alive. Every time they try and hurt your business and you stay alive, you have no idea how much that infuriates them. I've already been paid through this service. Somebody's telling me to get a job. This is one of my jobs. I have many jobs. I've already been paid. I've already received money for doing this. I probably received more money than they make hourly by doing this, these little kitty cards that they don't like. So this person, these people that have been spreading lies and gossip, I like to say this. Your friends betray you, but your enemies stay loyal. Your friends betray you, but your enemies stay loyal. This little piggy, my goodness, this person, don't cast your pearls to swine. One of those great proverbs. This little piggy is trying to tell me to get a job. But it seems like they're putting so much effort and they have so much time on their hands that they can create new accounts almost daily to try and harass me. Am I the one without a job, or are they the one without a job? Who's laughing at who? Am I crying? Am I sad? Oh no! Oh no, you're giving me your attention and your energy. Where attention goes, energy flows, baby. Oh no! Oh my goodness! What are they gonna do? Is somebody gonna stop them? They're gonna stop themselves. I'm just letting them. I'm not digging a hole for them, they're digging their own hole. It's that Small Axe song, right, by Bob Marley. If you are a big tree, we are a small axe, sharpened to cut you down, ready to cut you down. These are the words of my master, telling me no evil shall prosper, and whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall in it, fall in it. And whosoever diggeth the pit shall bury in it, bury in it. If you are a big tree, these people were a big tree. That bishop, look how expensive that, even just the coloring on the fabric would have been while he's wearing it in the mud. They're trudging their long robes in the mud. See that blue? Blue is one of the most expensive. Blue and purple were very expensive to produce back then. Orange you could probably get from a mushroom. But blue, that much blue? These people were big trees. But you were sharpened. They were sharpening you. Iron sharpens iron. When you need to sharpen a knife, you don't sharpen it with wood. You don't sharpen it with anything soft. Maybe a soft stone to get those rough edges at the very end. But if you wanted to shave off metal from metal, you're going to need something sharp. And these people thought they were sharp. These people thought that they were witty. They thought that their lies and their slander and their gossip was going to cut you down. But really what it did is it pushed you to the forefront. They may be getting nightmares of you. You ever think about that? You ever think about, I'm in somebody's dream. What if you were in somebody's nightmare? What if you were somebody's nightmare? And all you did was ride on your horse and said, "This is my flag. This is my flag. Here's my flag." You notice how the person stopped commenting? I don't care. Come back. Where'd you go? I'm not even going to say their name, but you can see it in the comments. Now I feel so lonely without them. I would have never had anyone to argue with. Oh no. Oh no. The GoPro. Thank you for commenting, Dream Boldly. So if you want to read the comments, Dream Boldly is like a super fan. I'll be honest. I want to meet you in real life one day. I would allow that. A GoPro. I'm gonna Google it right now on Amazon. Amazon. If you guys want a top of the line quality footage and audio, I'll tell you what the newest GoPro is, and then I'll tell you what the one that I would consider buying as well. Okay? GoPro is the 11th iteration. Now, GoPro Hero 11 Black, it's a waterproof action camera with 5.3K, 60 frames per second Ultra HD video, and 27 megabyte photos. It's roughly $579. I've set the donations. That's one of them. That's the most expensive, it seems. $579. I set the goal for $1,000. Now, the reasoning behind that would be the accessories. When you get a GoPro, you just get the little camera. But if I were to want to attach it to my chest or my head or get a little swivel camera, then I would need more funding. And then it also accounts for taxes. Okay. So that is the top of the line, most recent GoPro. Now, if I were to go down to a Hero 8, and that is a step back, that would be, with all accessories, the same price as a brand new one. $508, basically. So $70 more for the brand new one, and you just get the brand new one. But you also get a warranty and all that good stuff when you buy brand new. And then the version 8, you can buy a package that has a lot of accessories, probably even extra batteries and different things. It has a chest thing, a head thing. It looks pretty good. It also has, it's called the Adventure Accessory Bundle. It has a 64 gigabyte little reader and all that stuff so you can save all your content. That is $509. It says with free delivery, but where I live, there's probably not free delivery. It says free delivery, but I doubt it because I'm in the Yukon, and that's like a remote part of the world. For some reason, I don't know why it's just a great way for them to make more money on delivery fees. But yeah, that's at $510 if you want to round up from the 95 cents. It's $510 for the GoPro Hero 8. And that's with a lot of accessories and a box and everything to carry it in. And that's really nice. I mean, if somebody wanted to purchase the GoPro and just gift it to me, you can email me and we can set that up and you can mail it to me. But I'm looking, if I want my dreams to come true, and I want you guys to get the best video, the best audio quality, and the best pictures, then the Hero 11. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, I'm coming. Pardon my language. 8 of Swords in reverse. These people. This is okay. I'm reading this both ways. 8 of Swords in reverse. You are not tied. You are not bound. You are not confused at what was going on. You can see all those swords behind you. You can see everything that they made you feel like an outcast. But you're coming out of the reverse. Now, with this in the reverse, this is what they're going to be going through. Anything that they tried to put you through is going to be back on them. It's going to backlash. I'm seeing it's going to snap back. It's like an elastic band. You can only pull so much tension before it either breaks the cord or it comes back and it hits them. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Eight of swords in reverse. Okay? They're not having a good time. These people that are now wanting you dead are now going to go through the exact same thing that you went through. Incredible. Who would have thought? Well, they didn't think. They definitely didn't think. Did they know that you may have some sort of imbued magical spell on your own flesh? Did they know who they were messing with? Did they know what these runes are capable of and the power that they hold, especially when you etch them into your skin? I don't think they know. I still don't think they know. What can you do when you live in a shoe? You look like a sock and you smell like one too. Or you move to a boot and you get laced. Well, they may have tried to lace your drink. They may have tried to drug you. But 10 of wands on the bottom there is like, they're feeling the burdens of what they tried to place on you. Imagine all 10 of these wands is different instances or different things that they tried to place on your back. They did it incrementally. They did it one at a time, right? You can't just dump 10 different things on people. You can't just rape somebody 10 times in a short period of time. You can't just rob somebody 10 times. It's too obvious. Okay? You can't just put 10 burdens on somebody's back in a very short time. It's incremental. But what's going to happen is now their back wasn't strengthened enough to carry all of those 10 burdens that are coming right back to them. That's how magic, and it's going to be tenfold, right? Tenfold. I'm also seeing tenfold. Whatever burdens they put on you, tenfold. So now imagine this. You were slowly building up your strength. I mean, you would get to a point and then you'd feel like a little setback and it'd be frustrating. Maybe, yeah, okay, that's part of life. A delay. Oh, a delay. Okay. Another little, oh, yeah. Oh, somebody said something mean about me. Oh, okay. Every time they do that, oh, they're trying to get on my YouTube channel again. Oh, they're making another fake account. That same name keeps appearing in my chats. I've already reported and blocked like 3 of those channels, but they make a new channel with the same name, and they think that making that name is going to somehow interrupt this, but really it's just showing who they are. They have the intent to destroy. What happens if you have the intent to destroy something? You get stopped by God. God is the creator. And what do you do when you create? You must also destroy. God is the original destroyer. The God of the Old Testament, at least, was a very scary God. Now, the New Testament, he created a new covenant with his people and anyone. Okay? So the God that we're dealing with, that's your creator, is a destroyer as well. As he creates, he's a destroyer. Okay? This person that's been trying to interfere with your life, the spirit that's been trying to interfere with your life, you don't even have to do anything but pray to God and give it up and let it go. Let it go. And if you go back to the rune reading, I said, let go and let God. You, with your simple brain as a human and a man or a woman, you with your simple brain and your simple computing, whether you are a miraculous creature and a beautiful creation, yes. You could have the highest IQ, yes. You might want the revenge, but you know what? Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. God is truth, and the truth will set you free. Just let that resonate. Just breathe that in. Just eat that. Yeah. Refreshing. You know what's more refreshing than the truth? Maybe a pina colada. But I like the truth. Now I'm getting low on hot cocoa. And I might need to go turn on that water kettle. Is it okay if I leave you for like 2 seconds? Do you think you can do that? Maybe you can go back in the video and try and re-listen to some of the things I said. You think you can do that? It'll be just a couple seconds. I'm just gonna go warm up some water and dump some magic powder in this cup and turn nothing into hot cocoa. But I didn't, it's not nothing. It's definitely not nothing. It's cocoa and it's sugar and some other stuff. But I'm gonna go do that irregardless. If you'd like to stick around, there's gonna be a brief intermission and then go back and we're gonna jump right back into this. We're striking the fear of God. God is the one that controls this person, this little death rider, right? God's the one that's a creator. God created death, right? He wanted to save mankind from death. He wanted to offer humans eternal life so that they could be companions with him. But what did they do? They said, well, this little snaky guy, this little spirit, this little person that has a forked tongue, this little person that's got a sharp, maybe a little smart-witted, the person that thinks they're super smart, smarter than God, said, well, you know what? God doesn't want you to know what evil is. He's trying to hide from you some stuff. He's lying to you. That's what they said about you. They said he's lying. They said, oh, they're not telling the truth. They don't really care about you. They don't really love you. And while they're pretending to be a nice person, they're trying to be, oh yeah, I'm usually, oh yeah, I say hi, I'm friendly. You can come up and hang out with me. Maybe I'll tell you a secret or a tip that you can easily find on the internet. Oh yeah, I'm very helpful. I donate. I go to charities. I wear nice clothes. But reality, they were setting these people up so that they could have some sort of control, so that they could steal their birthright or their gift or their energy. So now the snake in your life, the snake in the book that some of us like to read. I haven't read the whole thing in a long time, but I know lots of it. It's in your DNA. So this little snake that's like, you know what? You don't need eternal life. You know, I'm just a snake that slithers on the ground and I eat the dust. But you human that got to name me, you don't actually need eternal life. What I think you need is knowledge of good and evil. Maybe you guys only knew good. You know what? But we're going to give you evil. You know what evil is? Evil is decay. Evil is death. I mean, it's duality. It's beautiful in a sense. We're in it. We're playing with it. It has its learning. It's the knowledge, the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. So yeah, you'll get some higher knowledge, some learning, but you are going to now separate yourself from God. That's what they want. So as they're lying to these people, because you stick close to who you are and your virtue and your truth, all they could do was lie because they don't live in truth. You continue to live in truth, and that's why you're bringing them death. But they now live in this eternal lie. When you lie, it only has to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to cover up the other lies. So, God is calling judgment. There's going to be a communication coming in. It's in regards to somebody that was slandering you or mocking you, being this little snake that wanted to separate you from your divinity, your crown that was given to you by God. They wanted you to feel inverted. They wanted your crown to be cloudy. They wanted you to die. They didn't care if you died. They didn't care if you died. They wanted you bound. They wanted you in prison. They wanted you bound up. They wanted you tied. They wanted you blind. But now it's in reverse. Like whatever they were doing to you is coming back to them. And we had the 10 of Wands underneath here. Every single burden they placed on your back incrementally. This took time because if they did it too fast, it would have been too obvious. If they made 6 different accounts, all attached to the same email, it would have been too obvious at first. Well, why is this person getting harassed so much on their channels or why are so many people, they don't even know this person? Why are they all making these accounts that are fake but attached to an email? You do have to have an email. So now they're making fake emails. But that email is attached to an IP address. Do you know what? I know in the government, locally, I know the one who engineers the IP protocol. I know the one who is designing and engineering all of the internet protocol for my local area. I bet you there's some people that I don't even know yet, but know me, have been witnessing and documenting all of these internet addresses that are noted. I bet you. I bet you. You know, you're not supposed to bet though, gambling, but that's a good bet. I think that's a good bet. I think I could get an investment from that. I think I could get a return from that. I don't think it's going to take all my money out of my pocket. It's just going to take a little bit of my intuition and what's resonating in my heart. I have members of the government that have been witnessing my journey, not only locally here, but abroad as well, internationally. Flags have been raised. The flag has been raised. There's a death to a situation that's being called. Flags have been raised. There is relief coming. Flags have been raised. Relief. This is a red flag. White and black, the duality. They can see who you are. They know who you are. This goes for you, the listener, and you, the troll. They know who you are. So what side do you play on? Are you on the upright or are you on the downswing? Are you on the upswing or are you on the downswing? This is also what your heartbeat looks like. Doot-doot, doot-doot, doot-doot. Every time you beat that heart, you are defending yourself. Every time that you go inwards to your heart, you are defending yourself. Now, I don't see any more comments from any trolls in my video. Did they run off? Were they unsuccessful? Again, yet another attempt. Yet another failed attempt. That's what's happening to you as well. Another failed attempt. They think they're smart. They get a little laugh here and there, but they're having nightmares because you are living the dream. You're simply walking forward and avoiding people, moving around, dancing around people, trying to, I don't want to touch you. I don't need to touch you. You don't need to touch me. I love you, but you stay over there. You might have met some people along the way that now you can shake their hand and you recognize their spirit and they recognize your spirit, but you're not just out there just fist bumping everybody. But the snake will go to every single person and pretend to be their friend. How many people that you know genuinely are friendly with every single person? How many people do you know that are genuinely connected with everybody and like-minded? Yes, you can love everybody, but some people, in my experience, are better loved with a 10-foot pole. I'm going to love you from over here because it's safer for me, because when I try and come near you, you abuse my love, you steal my energy, and you siphon what you can, and then you run away and you do whatever you want, and you're actually not there for me when I need you. So this person that's going to all these people is doing this, and now everybody that they've went to is starting to see through the illusion and the lies. So now imagine the person that's been messing with you has gone every single person, everybody, every single person, not one was missed. Children, they were talking to children and slandering you to underage children because that's their maturity level. They were going up to children and recruiting children to get mad at you, to lie about you. Because kids, they love to talk. But you know, kids are smarter than adults. We're the ones that brainwash them so that they can go out and be good little workers. So now all these little kids are starting to see this person that's been talking to them. They're like, why are you talking to us? You have a beard. I mean, you have wrinkles. You're old. Like, you're bald. Why are you talking to us? Shouldn't you be at work? Why are you talking to me? I'm a child. Like, you're not even asking me about me. You don't even want to know what I like to do or talk to me about things that I like. You're just coming up to me to complain. You're kind of a creep. So now all these kids that were being told that you're a creep or you're this or you're that, they're seeing that the person was the one that was talking to all these kids is now actually kind of creepy. Why are you talking to me? Do you know my mom and my dad? Are you going to be my teacher? Are you being paid to talk to me and watch me? Am I in trouble? The kids are like, "Are we in trouble? Is this girl like, why are they talking to us?" Well, you're minding your business. You don't want to talk to all these underage kids unless you're just trying to like shoot the shit, just be like, "What's up, kid? How's it going? How's your day going? Do you learn anything? Cool. How's school? Great. What do you like to do? Hobbies? Cool. Yeah, when I was a kid, I liked to do this. Cool. Yeah. All right. See ya. Just so you can like, they're gonna grow up. They're gonna be adults one day. Yeah. You might talk to them more and know more about them later, but you're not trying to be like, hey, hey kids, I had a really tough day. But that guy right there, that girl right there, they made my day tough. Do you know why? Because they didn't talk to me all day. And I wanted them to talk to me, or I wanted them to have my opinions, or I wanted them to think like me. Yeah. They're weird. You shouldn't talk to them. Watch out for them. Yeah, I'm having a bad day. You should watch out for that guy, though. Yeah, pity me, but watch out for that person. Right? They're just stealing these kids' energy. These kids are like, what the frick is this guy talking about? What's the frick's this girl talking about? Are they mentally ill? Do they need to take drugs? Do they need to calm down? What's going on? Are they trying to sell me drugs? Like, they're probably asking, like, is this guy trying to sell me crack? Like, is this guy smoking crack? First of all, is he trying to sell me crack? Nothing against people that smoke crack. Do it on your own time. But I'm a kid. Leave me alone. I already have a teacher at school that smokes crack. We know all about it. Kids know everything. It's hilarious. So these kids, he or she is approaching innocent, youthful spirits that are more connected to the divine, that are closer related because that's where they came from. They came from heaven. That's where we all came from. We came from someplace. We came from God. Maybe some people were brought up like, how orcs were like in Lord of the Rings. It was like tainted species. Maybe some people are doing that, like creating babies in laboratories and then releasing them in the public or something weird. But generally, I'd assume we all come from the same place, the tree of life, the umbilical cord that connects every mother to every child, to the first mother, the first tree that ever set its roots into another child. Right? So we all came from some source. And these kids that came from source before us and haven't been poisoned as much or haven't been programmed or regimented or scheduled or brainwashed or, yeah, these kids that have the least amount of programming, the least years under the abuse, are closer to source. They're the one that they're going to and trying to lie to. These kids see right through it. It's weird. It's getting creepy. So your trolls, yeah, like I said before, your friends are your enemies. Because your friends, well, they're not your enemies. Don't get that wrong. Sorry, that's on me. Your friends are not your enemies, but only friends can betray you, right? Jesus was betrayed by Judas, one of his closest friends and disciples. Okay? This person could have been pretending to be your friend. Your troll could have been your friend for some time. One of your best supporters. The person that went out, yeah, you still me, yeah. But they're the one that was in the background actually plotting against your demise, or would sacrifice you willingly for a little chump of change, a little bag of change. They would sacrifice immortality. They would sacrifice a life in heaven with God in a world of creation, the most beautiful place filled with light, they would sacrifice that. They would sacrifice salvation just so that they could get a little bag of gold that has really no monetary value unless we place value on it. Now it's perspective. Maybe this person made money on you. I hope it paid off. I hope it's going to pay for the chiropractor visits that you're going to need when you have all these burdens on your back, Mr. or Mrs. Troll. But we're moving forward. Collectively, what I'm saying is that we're moving forward. We may have a little bit of reservations, a little bit of defense, but this could also mean that there's some communication coming in from somebody that saw what happened to you in the past. And they want to give you this judgment. They saw what people were doing, slandering you. They saw the lies. You're not a perfect person, no. But you're not trying to pretend to be. You're not a perfect person. You know you have your faults. You would be honest about it. But the person that's trying to bring you down is pretending to be good at everything. How many people do you know that can do everything perfect? Would you trust somebody that can do everything perfect? Would you question if they're even human? Right? If you have no mistakes, what are you? You're not one of us. We were sent down here to learn through our mistakes. And now you're trying to say this person's making mistakes, that person's making mistakes, but I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Maybe I had a rough day, but I'm doing great. Everything's fine. It's not my fault. So death. Death is being called to the situation. Death is being brought to the situation. Death is at their front door. Death is knocking. You see how that horse is knocking position? That's when it can count with its feet. Death is knocking. The horse can smell him. The horse smells the fear. Death is being brought to their doorstep because it can smell the fear that is emanating from their body. This is the fear that they tried to put in you, but you only fear God. I hope you only fear God. Because your steps have been counted and measured. Every hair on your head has been measured. And the actions that you take before you take them, God knows when you're going to make a mistake. He's the one that presents you the path after the mistake. He says, come to me, child. Now, how many parents out there are going to be able to keep their children if their children keeps making mistakes and then they don't offer them a solution or a path or a way to remove them from that mistake? How many parents get the opportunity to keep having children go through mistakes? Not too many. It would start to raise red flags and then somebody would get involved. Now, how many people get to keep their kids when they start disciplining their child excessively when their child makes mistakes? Not too many people. You start seeing somebody hit a kid, you're going to take that kid away from that person. You don't even know the kid, but you're going to take that kid away. Somebody's going to take that kid away. God isn't going to discipline you to the point where you're death at death. God doesn't want you to die. God understands that you need to learn some lessons, yes. You may have had a hard road, yes. But there is a path for you. There is a path for you. It's already been laid out. Do you want to come on the path? God's not going to force you, but He's also not going to put you on the wrong path. Hopefully, your parents aren't going to put you on the wrong path. And if they did, they may have been lied to. There's so much. I'm going to go make tea. I'm going to go get a little break. Rewind the video. Go back, find some gems. Thank you for all the comments, everybody. We got no haters. We only got obsessed stalkers who wish they were our lovers. We don't got haters. We only got obsessed people who wish they were us, wish they could be us, wish they could do what we do, but they can't. But they can't. I can do this all day long. I bet they couldn't stand in my shoes for 1 minute. It would be too much weight to bear. And it's on their feet. It's not even on their shoulders. Their legs aren't even strong enough to carry the shoes that you wear. They would be glued to the ground. They wouldn't be allowed to move forward. Your haters are your biggest fans. They don't know it. Your haters are your motivators. They don't know it. Or else they'd stop hating. And they just jump on the wagon. Right? It's much easier to try and jump on the wagon than to get in front of it. You're a freight train. You're a locomotive. You're not stopping death. You better step out of the way. You better be behind death. If you're in front of death, you got something to say. You're probably saying your prayer. You probably haven't been praying. If you see death right in front of you, you're probably catching up on some prayers that you missed. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back for a time. The water's boiling, or it's going to be. The blood in their veins is boiling, or it's going to be. They're going to be enraged when they see your success. They already see it, and that's why they're trying to come at you. Because they see it before you do. There's people that are watching. There's people ahead of you and behind you. And they know the path that you're on. That's why they're sending distractions. The people that are watching you know where you're going. They can see it. There's people that have powers, yeah. There's people with, you're not the only one with intuition. You're not the only one that can see. There's others that see. And they might see what you don't see. And that could be scaring them. Now, you're not meant to see everything. Nobody's meant to see everything. When you have a company or a business and you're the owner at the very top, you don't tell everybody, you don't tell the janitor what you do every day. You just tell the janitor to do what they're supposed to do. Do your job. Right? Now, somebody may have been trying to take control over your life. They may have been trying to affect the direction and decisions that you were making. But they don't see what the boss, what the big honcho and the chief is doing. So as they're trying to interrupt big man's job, big man knows. Big man knows somebody's down there telling my man, my janitor, to quit cleaning things up. Why are you telling my janitor to stop doing what he's supposed to be doing? You're fired. Why are you telling my nurse to stop going out and being a nurse? That's what she's supposed to do. You're fired. Right? Big man, chief, honcho, boss man, big guy, tough guy, the one that pays the bills, the one that created the heaven above and the earth below, the one that set the stars in their place and directed them. You're trying to tell him he did something wrong? Are you crazy? That's what I'm asking the people that are coming against you. I'm not asking you. I mean, if you're going against your own self, then yeah, are you crazy? But you got a job to do. You have a specific job to do in this world. You have a preordained role and position set apart specifically with your name on it. There's a seat at a table with your name on it. No one else's name's on it. Somebody tries to sit at that seat, hey, get out of that seat. That's reserved. Your position is reserved. You've already been paid and bought for. You just got to be there. Now, is somebody trying to stop you from getting where you're supposed to be? Are you letting them? I don't know. Are you getting distracted? Are you looking behind yourself? I don't know. Let's get back to it. The commander. The commander. The man that makes the commands. Now, a computer, you command it. There's a command button, and you can go into the internal structure and algorithms of a computer and create different commands. And that impacts the way and the functioning of the computer. So if you start making different commands in a computer, you can actually increase its capacity. You can make it do things that it doesn't do normally in the factory settings. You might make it use more RAM or different things, and this is all through command prompts. Now, if somebody's trying to hack or alter the commands of somebody that is commanding them, that would be considered a virus, would it not? What happens to viruses in the body? Well, there's antibodies that get created. There's different things that come into play to replicate the virus and to remember the virus. And then it shuts it down. It traps it. It uses the virus to identify it, so it lets the virus do its thing, right? Okay, virus, yeah, we see you. Yeah, we feel you. We know what's going on. This is like some crazy dimensions we're getting into because I connected computers and bodies to God. Okay, so you got a virus in your computer, in your body, but then you got a malware. You got a detecting system. You got something that says, doo-doo-doo, something's not right. And that happens in the world around us. That happens in society. I mean, chimpanzees know when some chimp is not doing something right. So imagine just this little lowly person that thinks so high and mighty of themselves is sitting there trying to hack God's computer. They're trying to hack your destiny and your fate and your plan. God already knew that was going to happen. What he's doing is he's allowing the virus to try and replicate itself so it can identify the weaknesses and then surround it. And what does it do? Apoptosis. It goes around. The white blood cells will find these cells that are replicating too fast or doing things inappropriate. There's different cells for different things, but they all have a job. Right? If something in the body stops doing its job, it's called cancer as well, right? If it doesn't listen to the boundaries that are in place. If one cell starts growing too big and encroaches on another cell, those cell walls communicate to each other and they're supposed to know, hey, you're here, okay, I'll back off. But if this cell, say this one's a cancer cell, the little troll, is trying to bump up against you, that's just doing your job. You're this nice little cell over here. I've been programmed by God. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This cancer cell encroaches on you and tries to either take your territory or even absorb you. You know what happens? Killer cells come in. Killers. Death. Death comes to play a part and a role in successfully allowing creation. You require death to allow health and wealth and life to exist and be created based on the reality that we're in right now. So, you got these trolls, you got these haters, you got these people that are making fun of you, man. They're trying to step on your turf. You didn't even ask for the place that you're at. You're just doing your job. God gave you your job. You may have done some education, some studying. You put in the work. You're qualified. You have your certifications, yada, 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 all these worldly things. But then this person that's telling you to get a job most likely doesn't have a job, but it's telling you to get a job because they're the one that's able to create fake accounts every single day and not create their own content. They're the one that's able to lie about you every single day, but not speak truth about themselves or show the truth about themselves. They're getting corralled. Their own lies and their own DNA, the smell on them, the stench on them, their own sweat is giving them away. And you know what's going to happen? All the little bees in the hive are going to notice that one of the bees has got a virus, and they're going to kick that bee out of the hive because they know they can't save it. Maybe this bee was stealing honey, taking more than its share. Right? My goodness. We're going to put these cards away. We're going to get out of that energy, that funkness. When I come back, I'm going to have a nice cup of hot cocoa. I'm going to take a little magical pill that's supposed to help me go to sleep. And when I start to feel those little sleepy effects, I'm going to go to bed. But I'm going to come back. I'm going to do some hot cocoa, and I'm going to do some crystallery. This is what we have coming towards us. These are the spirit animals and the crystals and the elements that are going to be working in our favor. And the bestiary, right? We're going to pull 3 of each card, and we're going to get into it. Yeah, you need to mellow out, bro. That's what they say. Yeah. Sleep is good. Sleep is so good. You deserve to sleep well and rest well. Sleep soundly. You deserve to be held. You deserve to be loved. As long as you're not trying to take that from somebody else. Right? What's yours is yours. What somebody else's is theirs. Right? We don't need to steal. We don't need that. What's given is given. Freely. What's taken, it's going against somebody's will. Unless it's the will of God. But I'm going to take the advice of Luke McMurray in the comments there. I'm reading your comments, and it says, yeah, you need to chill out, bro. I appreciate it. I'm being as patient and as kind and as chill as I can be, given the circumstances. But you, if you have emotions like I do, anger can be righteous. Your anger signals when God and angels are supposed to intervene, when natural forces are supposed to come play a part. If you are distraught, it's not for naught. If you are distraught, it's not for naught. English is a funny language. Now, when you're upset, when you're mad, when you're disorientated, there's a reason behind these things, and it's being accounted for. And it's going to send signals to the other bees that are just trying to do their job. If you're just trying to do your job and you're not trying to mess with nobody, but you're angry and you're mad, something's up, right? It doesn't mean that you have a chemical imbalance. It might mean that you need more sleep and rest for sure. But you have a reason to be angry. For sure, there's a reason you're angry. If you're angry, you're angry. Why? These are good questions. Why? What? Who? When? How? All those. Where? Very good. Layers of lessons in every moment. Man, I don't even want to get into it. But I'm getting into it. We're opening this can of worms, and we're going deep. Worms go deep, right? They hit a lot of deep layers. I'm gonna go get my cup of joe, my my Coco. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to dispel that negative energy. I think we're going to pull another rune and then we're going to go into the oracles. Okay? The first rune of the day, well, this is another day. Actually, the rune of the day was the self. If you look at the YouTube short videos that I made, today's rune was the self. But for this video specifically, it was defense. Okay, Ehwaz. 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 Now, time for Coco. I'll be right back. Thank you for waiting. There's a chance that I may be hungry. That's very possible. I could be hungry. I didn't eat dinner. That's totally on me. So if anything that I said was out of line, I'm gonna be that person that makes an excuse right now. I'm just gonna say it's because I'm hungry. Just because I'm hungry. Feed me. If you're upset with my behavior, please feed me. Okay. The self. This was the rune of the day. Now, why did I pick this twice? This is the rune of the day. If you look at the YouTube short videos, why did I pick this? It's very peculiar. Very peculiar, I'd say. Are we going to be focusing more on the self now? Are we going to be getting back or giving back to ourselves? And I'll read from the book. This is the very first rune. It's up here. It's the very first rune. The self. Page 93. Which is also the number 12. If you put it together. The self. It's Manaz. Manaz. The starting point is the self. Its essence is water. Only clarity, willingness to change is effective now. A correct relationship to yourself is primary, for from it flow all possible right relationships with others and with the divine. Now, what I'm hearing internally is as you are loving yourself, as you are making decisions that affirm who you are and not sacrificing yourself, you are going to naturally remove the trolls. And of course, there's going to be people that are going to hate on you, but that's part of the reaffirmation. That's a reminder of when you didn't love yourself. And as you move towards yourself, you're going to attract more relationships that are positive. But it requires clarity, willingness to change. Okay? Correct relationship with yourself is primary, for from it flow all possible right relationships with others and with the divine. Now, when you love yourself, and when you have a good relationship with yourself, you understand that when these people say negative things about you, it isn't a reflection of you. It's far from it. It's generally a reflection of their own internal compass, their own internal. Now, if you get triggered, these are just rooted issues within your own self. Now, if you're upset that somebody's saying, go get a job, do this, do that, was there a time in your life when you were doing that to someone else? Were you judging other people in the same way that you were being judged? And as you forgive yourself and forgive the past mistakes that you may have had, the wrong ways that you treated yourself or others, you become more understanding of your own progress, and you are able to afford yourself more grace. Big stuff here. It says, remain modest. That is the oracle's counsel, regardless of how great may be your merit. Be yielding, devoted, and moderate, for then you have a true direction for your life. Be in the world, but not of it, and yet do not be closed, narrow, or judging. Rather, remain receptive to impulses flowing from the divine within and without. Your haters are your motivators is a great way of changing your perspective. When somebody comes to you and says some negative things, do you go to judge them or do you go to forgive them? Do you judge them back or do you look at yourself in the mirror? These are very difficult things at sometimes in our lives, especially as we're maturing and growing and developing in the brain. I'm just going to stir my cocoa, just like we're stirring the waters internally within our body. Every single day, the waters get stirred. Sometimes they're choppy, sometimes they're calm. But do you know what happens when water stays still for too long? It develops bacteria and it makes kind of a soup. It might not be a good soup. But what happens when water is allowed to flow? What happens when you allow your emotions to flow? They become clean and clear. They become to be blended and assimilated. When you see a dirty pond or a dirty puddle, do you want to drink from it? Or if you see a nice running stream with aeration and bubbles and light reflecting through it, refracting through it, do you want to drink that water? Now, if you saw somebody stewing in their emotions, if you saw yourself sitting in pity, sitting in sadness, and not going through the full range and motion that all your emotions can do, motion, emotion, energy in motion, I love that. If you don't allow for your own self to flow through the process of feeling and releasing emotions, would you want to partake with that person? Would you want to sit with that person? It's not great. Doesn't always feel great to be around somebody that's always sad. But it's also kind of weird when you're around somebody that's always happy. Are you hiding something, right? Going back to, are you perfect? Who's perfect? Why is a human perfect? No human is perfect. So if you were to be around, even Jesus got mad in the book. He flipped tables over. So if you are somebody that is unable to move the motions around you and the feelings and the water in your body, sometimes triggers will appear in your life, like people that will mock you, so that the waters get stirred in your body, and then you get angry. Why are you angry? It's because somebody's not loving you right. Well, why aren't they loving me right? Shouldn't I be loved? You are loved. Why do you feel like you aren't loved? All these questions may arise. That was a whole rant as well. But love yourself, be right, make right decisions, practice being yieldy, devoted, and moderate. Now, when I read this, I was thinking about when I go to the Sikh temple. I often sit with the Sikhs and I listen to them play their music, and I sometimes pray with them and say their songs and their prayers alongside them, and then I eat with them. Now, when you go to the temple and you bow your head, you are entering into an agreement with all of the other people that have bowed their head that you will not hold yourself above or below another person. It is a great practice for humility and modesty. So if you want to practice that, maybe go find a local Sikh temple and just eat with them. Strive to live the ordinary life in a non-ordinary way. Remember at all times what is coming to be and passing away, and focus on that which abides. Nothing less is called for from you now. This is a time of major growth and rectification, and, as a rule, rectification must come before progress. Now, what is the definition of rectification? That's a mouthful. Rectification. It's 5 syllables. Define rectification.
Here's the definition of rectification: the action of putting something right.
Could you hear that? The definition of rectification is the action of putting something right, making right actions. It's also an electrical term, the conversion of an alternating current to a direct current. Are you able to convert any current that is alternating your flow towards a direct current? Are you able to manipulate, transmute the flow around you that may be going against you to actually direct you forward? Rectification. This is a time of major growth and rectification, and as a rule, rectification must come before progress, movement forward. The field is tilled before the seed is planted. The garden is weeded before the flower blooms, and the self must know stillness before it can discover its true song. Instead of seeking credit for accomplishments or focusing on results, be content to do your task for the task's sake. Herein lies the secret of experiencing a true present. If you take the rune of self and cut it in half, or right down the middle, you will see the rune for joy with its mirror image. The self is required to balance the self, and it's written in a sense of the higher self is required to balance the lower self. Nothing in excess was the second phrase written over the gateway to the Temple of Delphi. The first council was Know Thyself. That's why that's the first rune. Okay, now we're going to pull some Crystallary cards, a little bit of Bestiary cards, and we're just going to do a little intuitive reading. You hear? We're going to softly and gently shuffle these cards because I don't like seeing them bend. Because they're beautiful. These are beautiful cards. Oh, that's 3 right there. These are the 3, and it's going to be in order from top to bottom. The first, is there numerology for 0? Can you clarify your question there, Luke McMurray? Is there numerology for 0? 0 would probably be the infinite or the all. 0 would probably be the snake that eats its tail. 0 is also, when you look at binary, ones and zeros, it's a computer thing. 0 is the feminine. 1 is the masculine. The 1 penetrates the 0. The 0 is whole, but the 1 is 1, right? The 1 goes into the 0 and creates the next number, a second or a third. But 0 is balanced, and 1 is one polarity. It'd be 1, like yin versus yang, while 0 is the yin and yang. Technically, we're all born women, and then in the womb, there's a deciding, this is based on science supposedly, but who knows about science, right? So when we're on the womb, that's why we all have nipples. We're all born women, and there's a deciding factor. There's like a gene. There's a gene expression, I believe they call it, that happens, that creates the change from your clitoris enlarging and then triggering more amounts of testosterone. So we're all, supposedly, there's a line on your scrotum, if you're a man, and that's actually where your vagina's sealed. And then as the testosterone starts to, and then there's a different process for a man to generate their genitalia. Okay? If you look at sex changes and stuff too, it kind of gives you a different understanding of how the genitalia is formed. But we're all born women, essentially. And then there's a gene expression. There's a switch. There's coding. There's a master code. Somebody turned on a switch and said, this is going to be a boy. This is going to be a boy. You know, it was a girl, but it's going to be a boy now. That's what happens in the womb. There's something that just hits a switch, and then you start producing more testosterone. And that testosterone creates different facial features and structures and hip shape. They talk about the Q angle. Q angle is your hips. A woman has wider hips than a man. Shakira's song, "The Hips Don't Lie," right? There's little subtle things everywhere. And if you ever heard about the conspiracy or whatever of Q, that might be leading to us understanding Q is question mark, Q. But it also could be talking about the Q angle. That's what I often thought about. So Q is some sort of like anonymous person that was trying to release information to like guide us towards a path of enlightenment or to avoid the sort of total like basically the corruption. It was trying to like warn the people. But the Q, I think a Q as in like Q angle as well. So when you have more testosterone, you have a narrower waist, you produce broader shoulders, and you get an Adam's apple. I think it's the whole chromosome thing I'm not trying to get into because that's a whole math and science, and I don't know it 100% off my brain. I don't want to say anything wrong. But Luke McMurray in the questions there is talking about there's not a Y sperm and an X. No, sperm are sperm. Sperm are just sperm. They might have DNA attached to them, and some sperm are stronger than others. Some sperm swim more. But some people think the sperm is like a spirit. But if you look at the design of sperm, the head of the sperm becomes your brain, and then the tail might become the spinal column. But there's some sort of trigger, and it's a hormonal thing. It's not in the sperm based on the science that they've given us and that I studied in anatomy and physiology. It's a gene expression. It's an expression within hormones and genomes. It might be in the DNA of the sperm. I don't know. I haven't opened up a sperm, bro. I haven't done any dissections on any sperms or anything. I haven't got a microscope to do all that. And I'm just going off what the book tells me, basically, what they told me in college and stuff. But yeah, we're all born women. We all get nipples and da 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 da. Whatever. Okay. Enough of that. It's a whole topic. That's a whole. You don't want to open that. That's a little bit messy. Okay, I'm going to take my little sleepy bye and then see how it works. I really don't like taking pharmaceuticals, but at the same time, it may just be the right thing that I need at this time to get me back on track. And that's all you need sometimes. All right, bombs up. That's how she goes. Tastes like medicine. Okay, the first animal. And I said can of worms before I left, right? If you go back in the video, you'll hear me say that, can of worms. Now, what is this animal doing? This is a screech owl. Screech owl, which I'm hearing, and there's worms there. I'm hearing this screech owl is you remaining vigilant. Actually, it might be a snake. Actually, that's a snake. So the screech owl carries the snake into its area so that the snake can eat things that bug the owl. That's what the book says. So you have taken that snake that's been bugging you and you've used it to your advantage. That's what I'm seeing with this card. Whatever snake is out there trying to mess with you or mess with others and just be snaky in general, you've actually found a job for it. The one that's saying go get a job, you found a job for it. You're employing that person now. It says get creative. That's also in purple. And there's a lot of purple in this card. It's talking about your crown. To either get connected with your higher self or your true authenticity or your royalty, you're going to want to express yourself. You're going to want to get creative. I'm also hearing Saved by the Bell. You might be saved by the bell. Screech, Screech from Saved by the Bell? That's a Screech owl. He was kind of a funny character, that Screech guy. But he had a role to play, and the whole show would have been way different if there was no Screech. You might be a little bit different, yeah. But you have a position and a role that you're fulfilling, and the whole world around you wouldn't be what it is and what it's supposed to be without you doing that. So it's saying get creative. Use that creativity, use those juices, and use the snakes that are trying to come against you to actually benefit you. Pull them out of the leaves and bring them up. You might be bringing up some people that were trying to bring you down. Oh, we got 4 cards today. We're lucky. Okay. And the second card says navigate by the sun, honeybee. And we were talking about honeybees, were we not? I did mention that. Honeybees work together. When one honeybee finds a source of fuel or honey, it goes back to the hive and it notifies the other bees. Now, this could be happening in regards to you. You might be sweet. You might be somebody's sugar. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, honey, honey, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You are my candy girl. And it's in red. So your diaphragm or solar plexus. Navigate by the sun. I'm saying breathe, take some breaths, get some exposure to the sun. And after you've been creative, people are going to be attracted to the sweetness that you provide, to the sweetness that you found, and that you create and that you cultivate. The honeybee, it says in the book, flies in zigzag trajectories. It might not have been a straight path. You may have had to go back and forth a few times. to find what you're looking for, but you did the work, and other people see that you did the work, and they're now following in your footsteps. Now, another thing here is talking about self. And the rune that we got again, it's right here. I'll put it in the upright for the camera. It's right here. This is the self, right? It's talking about know who you are. Get in touch with who you are. This says know your song. And I was just singing, ba ba da 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 da. Oh, honey, honey, because we had the honeybees there. Know your song. Now the story goes with this house finch was that a entrepreneur, a businessman, found this animal to be rather beautiful in its song, but maybe not as much in its appearance as its competitors. Now this entrepreneur purchased a whole lot of these finches and then was not successful at selling them. But that didn't lessen the value of this bird. It just wasn't where the bird was supposed to be. So you may have been in a position where people were trying to either play you or play your songs, or people could have tried to put you in a wrong environment and then you didn't produce results that you were supposed to produce, but it wasn't your fault. It was the environment that you were in. It wasn't conducive, or there was other competitors that did what they wanted you to do better, but you weren't supposed to do that anyways. And now you're setting yourself free from the weights that people placed on you, and you're going to go sing your song, your rightful song. Now, when this man failed to sell all these birds, what he did was he released them into the wild. And then they found where they were supposed to go, and they produced, they multiplied, and now you can hear them almost everywhere where they are. So I'm seeing that with yourself as well. Somebody tried to lock you down, somebody tried to put you in a cage, they tried to make you compete with others. None of that was for you. And now you're moving forward, you're dropping that weight and that burden that somebody placed on you. And you're going to feel human again. This is the final card. It's human. You're going to remember the forgetting. Remember forgetting. And to me, when I hear that, remember forgetting. Remember forgetting. Sometimes it's good to just forget things. Let it go. Yeah. Let bygones be bygones. You might write it down in a journal. And then from there, other creative ideas might spur forth. And you'll forget the old, but remember it at the same time. But this also in the book talks about how humans forgot that they were a part of the ecosystem, and they were a mammal. They were one of the other animals that played a vital role in how the world successfully managed its balance. And when humans started abusing the other animals and going beyond their means and beyond their boundaries, they became a cancer on the earth and a scourge on the earth. And they started killing animals and doing things. But if you look back at the First Nations have a very deep respect for animals. Lots of cultures do, but I'm local where I'm at, there's a lot of First Nations tribes and bands. And when you read their literature, they respect the spirit of the animal and what the animal can provide them for safety. They make coats, they make boats, they make houses, and they respect all of these things that they've gathered the materials for. But when you forget that you're part of that system, and when you separate yourself from something that you were once whole with, you actually are damaging not only the environment that you're in, but yourself. So, quite powerful of a card. This is get back to, you might want to start educating yourself, get back into the books, maybe let your imagination flow. I'm seeing that with the birds there. It's also a blue on the top, remember forgetting, so your throat chakra, some about your throat chakra. It goes crown, then it goes kind of sacral, and then it goes to it's like kind of lower stomach and upper stomach, and then it goes to your throat chakra. So what I'm seeing is you're going to want to get creative. You're going to want to start doing some sort of art production, creation, something that you're passionate about, and maybe use what is unique to you that nobody else has, and just start really producing something with it. Find that sweet spot with that honey bee. Find that sweet spot. Start breathing into it, and then know your song, produce what is uniquely yours, and then you're going to become back. You're going to come back. You're going to forget the old, the pains, the sadness, the sorrows. You're going to create with it, but you're also going to come back. You might read a book. You could be sharing your story with people. But as you figure out your song, know your song, there's a song of the wind, there's a song of the rain, there's a song of the crow, there's a song of the lion. What's your song, right? Then navigate by the sun. It's saying that you're going to want to look more at your internal compass or the markers around you in nature, and then get creative again. Pretty self-explanatory. Get creative. Start making something. Right? Like I'm doing with this business right here. I'm creating a video. I'm creating a community where we can all talk and laugh and share. I've created a PayPal account where if you'd like to donate, shameless plug, to the GoPro fund, you can do that. Or if you'd simply like to donate to me, buy me a coffee. Now with PayPal, there are fees. So a minimum donation is almost recommended because PayPal's taking a cut of everything. That's the way of the world, though. Everybody wants a piece of that pie that you're making. Yeah, but you're the bread and butter, baby. You're that sweet stuff. Oh, yeah. That's some good cocoa. It's kind of lukewarm. That's totally fine. I'm enjoying it nonetheless. I'm almost going to forget that it's lukewarm, right? So again, it goes screech owl, it goes honeybee, it goes house finch, and it goes humans. The numbers are in succession from lowest to highest as well. Screech is 47, page 47. Honeybee is 127. House finch is 131. And human is 159. So you're going to ascend. But it's almost like going backwards. It might feel like you're going backwards, but as you are going back to who you truly were, you're actually going to be moving forward. Powerful stuff. With that self and the defense, you're protected, or you're protecting yourself. You're defending who you are, your true self. And that's your joy. Yourself is where you find joy, because that's 2 joy runes. It's when you can share joy with another person, that's who you authentically are. Not when you're fighting and arguing with each other. That's not who you are. When you do something wrong, that's not who you are. It's when you're sharing in joy. When you can make somebody laugh or they make you laugh, you do a good deed, that is your most authentic self. Confirmation. Ding! That's a light bulb moment. Find your joy. And don't stop. When you find it, run. When you get there, go. All right. Take action, baby. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you stayed till the very end of the video, you might as well hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to donate to the channel and see more content like this daily, I recommend that you send a donation. There are several ways to donate now. You can send money through PayPal. You can send a donation. You could pay for a private reading by emailing me and setting that up. Or you could, if you're in Canada, you can e-transfer me. Okay? The old shaka. The old, what's up? Yo, I surf, bro, but I don't. I surf the web. Man, get learned. Isn't that crazy? Oh, he schooled ya. That's how we used to say, like, it's like a slang of saying, like, he kind of, like, wrecked you. You're like, oh, you got schooled, bro. He took you to class. Education is somehow, like, a derogatory thing. He's your teacher. He's your mentor. The person that you're fighting or is trying to one-up you or doing better is teaching you something, too. He just got served. What's a service, right? You just got served, bro. All right, enough of that. All the ramblings can be found on my channel if you'd like to listen to more ramblings. Rambling on, rambling off. If you'd like to troll the channel, I suggest you make multiple fake accounts and have them all attached to one single IP address so that you may be found. thank you very much. And for all the fans out there, I love you. Actually, let's go through the comments. That's what we'll do. We'll close out with the comment reading section, and that'll be it. So let's get up to the top here. We got first comment of the day was Dream Boldly. It says, glad to see you online. I like how you see things. And then, of course, I had to chime in. I said, welcome to the chat, because I only speak in capitals. Welcome to the chat. I'm yelling. And then Dream Boldly was really a big player today in this reading. It says, thank you. Done. Just smash that like button. It says, truth. The story of tarot comes from, and historians believe, the Kabbalah and the Torah. I believe that's what you meant to say, but you spelled it tarot. We looked it up on Google today. It matters how people work. They all want love, but work wrong. Then Willie comes in with a nice little emoticon. Hi, Willie. And then Dream Boldly. My son-in-law is working at work in fear of losing his job, but I prayed and asked a difficult reader, but you corrected yourself, a different reader. They said ... But you never said what they said. And then I mentioned something about private readings. If you'd like a private reading, you asked how much, said okay, and then thank you, oh wow, awesome. No, it's just you're smart like my son-in-law, and you know stuff. Just saying you're a good teacher. Well, thank you. The namaste, which means my soul recognizes your soul, if I'm correct. Dream Boldly still coming in hot with these comments. I'm starting at the beginning. Love the rune pull. Cool teaching. Just what I needed to hear. Slow down. And then I thought you were talking to me when you said slow down, like I needed to talk slower. And then you wrote, I'll catch you later in an email. It's crazy how much we can, like, inflection changes a lot in communication. And then Willie Knows says, they are just sad. And we're talking about haters now, I do believe. And Willie Knows agrees, says yes. Because I think I was talking about somebody calling me a monkey retard. Yeah, that was it. I got to a point in the conversation where I was sharing just what happened today about somebody calling me a monkey retard who, he asked me, and he asked the world, who let the monkey retard out of the zoo? And it's kind of funny to think about it, because it's not the first time I got called monkey. I actually have a video recording of somebody calling me monkey while I was playing music on the street. And it got 9,000 views on YouTube Shorts and Instagram and all that good stuff. It's on Facebook. And then Willie Knows says, we enjoy and appreciate what you do. So shout out to those fans and those that keep me going. Even the haters, shout out to you. Luke McMurray chimes in for the first time, says, you're awesome, or you're awesome. I appreciate you, thank you. And then it's an emoticon or like I don't actually know what that is. Besides that, what you typed there, I can't actually see it, it's very small. And then Dream Boldly comes in again. A man's sense of humor. Most women don't have the wit. Too much work to do. And then Dream Boldly says, oops, I'm behind you in the video. Sorry, because I started to address Dream Boldly and I was getting kind of confused by the comments, but it's because you're commenting at a different portion of the video while I was in the present. And then Dream Boldly says, please remember to smash that like button. And then our favorite profile that seems, this is a dedicated motivator. Remember, it's not a hater. It's a motivator. This dedicated person, I don't even like saying their name anymore because it's a curse in itself. It says, he sees death with Chinese cartoon cards. And I don't know where they got the idea that these tarot cards are Chinese. But what I would assume is that this person knows that I purchased these cards that were made in China. Now, this is leading me to believe that the person creating that fake account may have been present or knows the people that purchased the cards for me, because I didn't buy these cards. So if they know that these are from China, then they may be associated with the people that bought the cards, or they are the person that bought the cards. Now, did I just solve a mystery in my own case just by reading the cards? And I told you, they're going to out themselves. So this person says he sees death with Chinese cartoon cards. This person that said that is holding on to their money. They're broke as hell right now. They don't have money going on for them. That's what I'm seeing. So that, I'm going to say the name Tarot Destroyer in the comments, is either a person that I lived with when I was in Dawson City, Yukon Territory, Canada. It could have been within my own home or was attached. And I'm only hearing two names right now. And one of those names is Retirement. And the other name is, she goes by Muffin, but her last name is Cheater. And it's, one is an Aries sun and one is a Leo sun. So whoever is making that account, that fake account, probably stays at home all day long to make these fake accounts and doesn't have a job and probably doesn't even know how to parent her child, but lets the government and the state parent them while they spoil the child by buying them things. I think I've narrowed it down to two people that has created that account. Now, I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong before in my lifetime. But based on that comment, the Chinese cartoon cards, these don't look like Chinese art. That's not Chinese art. But these were manufactured in China. And these were purchased by somebody for me. And whoever purchased it knows that they came from China. And that person may have told another person where they got the cards from. Because they have the other deck. There was two decks that was purchased, and one had English writing and one had Chinese writing on it. And they have the one with the Chinese writing on it. I think I just solved a mystery of who this person that's making the fake accounts is. And I don't know if this is enough for me to bring it to the authorities, but if the authorities are watching this video right now, or in the future, or present tense, but in the future because this was technically a live video, but you're watching it after it's been lived out and on the YouTubes now. If there are any authority figures or investigators that are watching my videos right now, I will inform you that Tarot Destroyer, this fake account that keeps being made after I block and report them, and they make new accounts with the same name, which is most likely attached to the same IP address, which is like a physical address to a home, which can be traced, I would suggest that you look into this Tarot Destroyer, and you might want to look for the names R-E-A, Tyreman, Tyreman, or Jamie Cheater, Jamie, Cheater, Cheater. I think I just solved a little mystery. Am I intuitively investigating and solving my own case by this person giving up too much information? Well, let's see. The next comment is by Willie Knows. It says, glad you bless us with your gift, because we're hitting that love. We're shooting that love right back. And then Tarot Destroyer comes in again. It's all feel-good nonsense. They're just kitty cards. This e-beggar doesn't know you, and he never will. That's what they think. But we probably know each other better than this person knows the people in their own home. I think this person's very lonely. Whoever this Tarot Destroyer is, they're probably being destroyed by tarot. It's all inverted. It all goes right back to the sender. And then Dream Boldly coming in with a defensive stance. Actually, that's how you said it. Actually, it's not kitty cards. Sorry you don't know better. Kindly leave. You shoot him out like that. You did that hand movement too. 100%. And then Willie Knows says, yes. Just agreeing, yes. Just like that. That's how you said it. And then Dream Boldly comes in again and says, the knowledge is older than half of your Bible. Knowing half your Bible isn't knowing, which is fair. It's a good understanding generally, but it's not everything, right? And the Bible isn't even all the books. The Bible is a selection of some books, and it's in English, so it's not even the original language. I think they spoke Aramaic, some sort of like from Arabia, I don't know, Persian. It's like an old language, Aramaic. Look it up. Now, Dream Boldly coming in. Hey, Lonely, which is an abbreviation of Lonely Company. Hey, Lonely, so they know what I do. This Dream Boldly is a fan. They know my music name, which is Lonely Company, and I have Lonely Company Media that I'm working on creating. One of my businesses. I have multi-talents, which is great, because then I can provide more services for people. This Dream Boldly comes in, hey, Lonely, I'm with you now in real time. Do you know the troll? And actually, Dream Boldly, I might know the troll. You're supposed to have the ability to have helpers on YouTube, but you must give them the wrench, which I'm assuming you mean moderator. You'd like to be a moderator one day? You probably could, Dream Boldly. If you want the wrench, I'll give you the wrench one day. But like we talked about it, I don't mind the haters. I call it haterade. You know, Gatorade, it's what you need. Gives you that fuel, but it's actually not that good for you. But Gatorade, I call it haterade. That's I don't know if anyone's coined that yet, but if you haven't heard it yet, you've heard it here first. Haterade. I don't remember where I heard that. I think I made it, but if I didn't, please give me the source. Ziggy Stardust comes in, and I love Ziggy when she comes in because that name, Ziggy Stardust, nobody's got that name. You got the best name. It says, you are so right, and I will take that to the bank. If that isn't a character reference, that's great. Now, Dream Boldly says, okay. I wasn't in the chat then. Yeah. And then Willie Knows. Willie Knows might actually be an agent, because Willie, when I tried to Google Willie, what is a Willie? In the World War I, I think they had a tank called the Willie tank. I'll Google it again. Willie tank. Little Willie. Now, shout out to you, Willie Knows, but the Little Willie was a prototype in development of the British Mark I tank. It was constructed in autumn of 1915 at the behest of the Land Ship Committee. It was the first completed tank prototype in history. And that's what I found by Googling Willie. Because Willie knows. Willie knows something. Your name, it's so simple, Willie. But you know something, and that's what's profound. Now I want to know what you know, Willie. Willie pops in with the FCC, and I'm going to Google what the FCC is again, just so I know what the abbreviation is. What does FCC? It's the Federal Communications Commission. Regulates interstate and international communications through cable, radio, television, satellite, and wire. The FCC means the Federal Communications Commission. It regulates interstate and international communications through cable, radio, television, satellite, and wire. Now, that's an American thing, but if it's international, they may have laws in Canada. And in Canada, it's a federal commercial crown corporation reporting to Canadians in Parliament through the Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food. Way different. So FCC in Canada is about agriculture. FCC in America is about communications. I just checked FCC in America. FCC America in Canada. It's a government website. Canada, full title, FTC, Communications Inc. Memorandum Opinion Order. I'm going to keep this open, fcc.gov. Non-broadcast agreements with Canada. I'm going to look up bullying. Who's the bullying? Who's the bully? FCC to impose anti-bullying mandates. This was in 2010. Is joining the fight against bullying. Reportedly, the agency will soon issue rules requiring schools. Does Canada have anti-bullying law? Bullying. Facts on bullying and harassment. Canadian Red Cross. So we talked about the Red Cross earlier. Yeah, nobody likes a bully. You don't like yourself when you were the bully either. Now, back to the comments. It goes, dream boldly. I was just reading while listening to about the middle of the video. I'm going to finish your comment. And then you said, agreed, evil lies. Because we were talking about the Ace of Swords in reverse. And then you just sent a bunch of laughing, crying emoticons. Sorry, it's not always true. Da-da-da-da. I'm going to go to this last one. It says, like Trump, eventually you'll see the light. Now, I don't know if that means you like Trump or if it means like eventually you'll see the light about Trump, but I don't know. And then when Willie knows says intimidation piss me off. Like, I'm assuming it makes you mad. And then Luke McMurray says hasn't yet realized all insults are really reflections of self. And then Dream Boldly, give me a lit candle. I don't know how you make those comments, but that is lit. However you're making those comments is really cool. That's such a lesson. Thanks again, Lonely. We run from the evil of others. Claim your power. How much is the GoPro, she asked. I'm assuming it's a she. Pardon me if it's not. Willie Nose says, making me laugh with a crying emoticon. I'm making you laugh so hard you're healing your tear ducts. And then Dream Boldly says, I am. I don't know what you are in regards to, but you are. It says, no sheep allowed. LOL, I just want to learn. Still Dream Boldly says, wow, you've been praying on it and thinking smart and spending wisely. Wow, I can't afford the blessing by myself, but keep working at it. It's meant to be. And Dream Boldly says, no worries, I'll pray on it. While on the go. Oh, I got a new comment. It just dropped me all the way. And then Dream Boldly, another bunch of laughing, crying. And then Luke McMurray, I don't know what that emoticon is. It looks like the earth or something. I don't really know. It looks like mountains. And then Dream Boldly comes in and says, love tarot, they want love, but to teach true love. It's kind of like some cryptic questions. Dream Boldly again, listen to Tin Man by Miranda Lambert. And then LOL, a man's humor to help you see. Yeah, it's good to laugh. Willie Knows says, I know. Of course you know Willie Knows. You know a lot of things, I'm assuming. And then Luke McMurray says, get there. Willie Knows says, a good hunch. Luke McMurray says, determined to death. Like maybe destroy, determined to destroy. Yeah, determined to destroy tarot. Yeah, you need to mellow out, bro. I don't know if you're talking me to mellow or this person now because of how I'm reading it. You said thank you. Luke McMurray says, layers of lessons in every moment. You crack me up. Is there numerology for zero? And then it went into a whole rant about zero. Oh, the polarity. Cool, thank you. And then a question, there's not a Y sperm and an X? And I'll be honest, I'm not a doctor 100%. So I can't tell you. I haven't studied spermology. But Luke sends me another laughing emoticon. It says, thank you. Calm power words as always. Enjoy your rest. Back just as you turning out was on the phone with my son-in-law. I'll check your teach later. really cool. I'd love it if you guys listen to these videos multiple times. I'm starting to feel the effects of the drugs. I'll be honest, they're starting to kick in, and I'm getting a little bit more slurry in my speech and a little slower. It says, wow, that's hate, Dream Bully says. And then Luke McMurray, you'll get to the bottom of it. Ha ha ha. What's a name? Just to hate on you. Wow. Sometimes you gotta call them out to get proven wrong. Let go of the hate, leave the evil behind you. And then Luke McMurray says muffin, because we were talking about muffin. And then Dream Boldly says, I'd be happy to moderate for you and others too, just so we can kick them out. If they're not ready to receive the healing required, so much patience, too much for chat. They need to leave us alone in love. Well, they don't need to do anything except for be themselves. And if them being your hater is what they need to do, then maybe they are actually doing your job. Like, who's to say God didn't place these people to try and be stumbling blocks? I can't say. All I can say is this drugs are starting to work, and I'm getting a little tired and sleepy in my words. And it's like nearly 1 a.m. And I'll probably still listen to tarot before I go to bed. But I think this is going to make me pass out. I can feel it. I can feel it pretty good. And then, if they're not ready to receive the healing requires too much patience. Oh yeah, I already said that. Moderate with others too. And yeah, you tried to correct yourself. That's great. Sorry, but truth hurts. 0 is infinity, different from eternal. 8. Well, there you go. Okay, that's the end of the comments. Everybody, thank you for watching and listening. This has been Lights Out Tarot. And I made the name Lights Out Tarot. This is little cue in into some history behind the channel. I made the name Lights Out Tarot when I was living in an off-grid cabin, and I thought to myself, well, I have nothing to do when it's completely dark in my house, except for light a candle and sit in the cold, so maybe I'll make a tarot channel. And it's dark in my house, and I have no lights, but candlelight. So I thought maybe I'll play or record videos of tarot while under the candlelight, and I'll call it Lights Out Tarot. But now I'm in a home with electricity, and I'm out of the cold, which is great. But I like the name, and it's very symbolic to the beginning, the humble roots of Lights Out Tarot. The very humble roots of trying to record on a phone in a dark off-grid cabin with very little lights. And because these cards are shiny, I thought the candles would help and you could see it still and everything would be fine. If you go back into my YouTube channel, you'll see maybe 1 or 2 of those videos still up there, but it wasn't ready. Nothing was set up. That's the first yawn. Oh, this has been Lights Out Tarot. And you were a big player in this video. Thank you for all your donations and your subscribes. Thank you for liking the video. And shout out to my first big time fan and supporter who ended up gifting but also paying for a service a large amount of money. I really appreciate it. For anyone who wants to donate, there is a link in the description box below. Any amount is wonderful, and I am not going to be begging for your donations. I am doing this as a form of charity. And if you'd like to donate, just like you can donate to a charity, you can do that. But you don't see a whole lot of charities out there go door to door and beg or threaten people for money. Maybe the church in the old days when it was corrupted, but you don't see that happening too much. They either try and sell you something or they just ask for a donation. So that's all I'm doing. I'm not going to be begging because beggars can't be choosers. I'll be a chooser. Love you guys. Much love. Sweet dreams. You can hear it in my voice, and I can feel it in my processing capabilities. That this stuff that little pill, shot and stove down. I'm gonna sleep good. I might have a long sleep, and I might wake up rested. Who knows though? It's like local time 12:45 a.m. and the date now is January 28th. We started this reading on the 27th and we've ended this reading on the 28th. And I will love to see you again. Here are the runes again. This was the rune of the day. Whoops. It was the self. That's what I pulled earlier for the day. And this is the rune for the video specifically. It's defense. Awaz. This is Manas. Manas? I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna learn all of these runes. Manas. 93. Oh man, I'm slow. I feel slow now. I would not take that pill before I go work out, that's for sure. Manas. Manaz. And then Awaz. Oopsie doopsie. Awaz. EIHWAZ. Defense. U-tree. Self. Alright. Good night.